Hi guys, welcome back to the Malena Edit. We are jumping into the NFL Week 10 recap. Through the first half of the season, I was so certain that I knew so much about these teams, and as usual, you know nothing, especially at the halfway point in the season. Some teams are kind of starting to show a little bit of their true colors, show some areas of concern down the stretch. Other teams are emerging like they might be underdog competitors. So many fun games. Let's jump right into them. We're going to start things off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Carolina Panthers. I was really excited about the rookie safety and potential defensive rookie of the year candidates on both sides of the field, and Antoine Winfield Jr. and Jeremy Chin. Both of them got burned early by tight ends on touchdowns. It's a little bit of a welcome to the NFL moment, but I'm still excited to see if either of them take home the award and how they continue to progress. I'm going to start on Tampa Bay's side of things. So they definitely won the third down matchup, which was huge. It was talked about so much before this game that was kind of going to be a deciding factor. They won that for sure on defense, being able to stop the Panthers, and also on offense, being able to convert on third downs. And I think they finally started to figure out what they want to do with all of that offensive talent. They have so many mouths to feed on that offense, and it just looked like it flowed a little bit better this week. I think that their tight ends definitely won some size matchups there. I think Mike Evans and Chris Godwin just looked like themselves, playing up to the caliber that we know they're capable of. Ronald Jones broke off for a nice 98-yarder. So overall, they just looked really good. Definitely recovered from that Saints loss, but now I'm intrigued by the potential of three-time matchup of maybe the Saints and the Bucs seeing each other in the playoffs. So just thinking ahead a little bit there. As far as the Panthers, they started strong, but they just weren't able to continue. And again, I don't expect much from them this season. I'm excited for what their future looks like. Love that wide receiver core. I don't think I respect them enough in DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Robbie Anderson. Some nice talent there. And curious to see if Bridgewater's injury is going to be, through a few weeks. Hopefully it's not, and hopefully he's healthy, but I've got my eyes on that there. I'm sure XFL fans are eyeing the PJ Walker potential. Hopefully with a week of practice, he can get some things under his belt if need be. Next up, we've got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. This was such a tough watch for me because I've been rooting so hard for the Seahawks team. I think we all kind of have, and it's falling flat. I can't see them getting very far, especially with that defense. It is tragic. I did not see the Seahawks-Bills game. I imagine that it looks like this and probably worse, just because I know Josh Allen has such a nice arm. That defense cannot stop the pass game. We know that it's a historically bad pass defense, and it showed. It definitely showed. I thought having Jamal Adams back would make a huge difference, and I think it did. I think I saw him in on so many big plays, but it's just not enough to be able to get the job done, and it's super frustrating. And then I think that kind of forces Russ to maybe be trying to overcompensate on the offense. Some silly picks. I remember them against the Cardinals too. And then again this week, I think, again, credit though to that Rams defense for being able to stop him, slowing down DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett there. I think Darius Williams was reading the plays really well and in on some big picks there. The first pick, Russ forced the ball, but there was so much land in front of him. I expected him to run for the first down and live to see another down. It was just really tough. And that 2-minute play calling at the end of the game, I think most of that is credit to the Rams defense. And I think they look really good this year. Very intrigued by the potential of this Seahawks versus Cardinals game on Thursday. While the Seahawks-Rams game was on, I also had an eye on the Bills at Cardinals game. So I'm going to start with the Bills side of things. I think their defense showed up so well through the first half. Every time I was kind of taking a glance over, they were able to contain Kyler Murray, which is a feat at this point, and held that offense to 3 so many times in the red zone the entire first half. Josh Allen looking like he orchestrated the game-winning drive at the end there. A beautiful pass to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs just beat Patrick Peterson off the line. It was perfect. Textbook. Loved it. So many great pieces on that Bills team, but the Cardinals. I think Again, like I said, the Bills defense showed up and contained Kyler through the first half. But similar to how I think about Patrick Mahomes, you can't contain Kyler through a whole game. You can kind of game plan for it, but eventually he's gonna wear your defense down. I think that's kind of how I look at it. And he was able to do that. They were able to get their offensive efficiency going, 17 unanswered points through that third quarter. Their defense, though, also showed up. Major picks by Kirkpatrick and Peterson. So they showed up when it counted. That defense kind of locked in alongside their offense. And of course, that game-winning Hail Mary. As soon as I saw Kyler roll out and toss the ball, I knew DeAndre Hopkins caught that pass. Between three defenders, not three nobody defenders. These are like the top players on that Bills backfield. I screamed, audible scream. It was one of the best plays I've ever seen in my time watching football. I feel like if I watched football in like the Randy Moss days, he would have been my favorite player. But without a doubt, I am Nuke's #1 fan. I know I am his #1 fan, besides his mother. I'm sure his mom is also a major fan of his. Love, quality. I will scream it from the rooftops for the rest of my life. I've been saying it. I will continue to say it. And he's a genius off the field, negotiated his own deal. You love to see it. I kind of am sad though, because he just makes his quarterback better. And I know if he was with Deshaun Watson, whatever, we have to let it go. But the best. And then the night game this week was the Baltimore Ravens at the New England Patriots. A very messy, rainy game, especially at the end there. I don't really have major takeaways from either of these teams for this week. I think that both Lamar Jackson and Cam looked good. I really liked how comfortable Lamar looked, kind of getting outside of the pocket and finding and trying to create plays. Don Martindale started to pressure Cam more at the end there. And definitely going into the fourth quarter when he realized how close the game was. I wish he maybe would have done that a little bit sooner. I'm not a defensive coordinator, so I'm not going to tell the man what to do. But that's just something that it looked like was working late in the game. And I wish they would have started it a little bit sooner. I don't, again, have massive takeaways from either of these teams. I don't think that Ravens defense played as well as they normally would and should. But I guess we're now at a point where you can't count New England out again. I have no idea what to think. I'm going to wait until like next week to come up with how I feel about these teams now at the midway point in the season. That is it. That's all I've got for you guys for this week 10 recap. I'm so excited for week 11. Looking ahead already, especially excited for that Thursday night game. Kyler and the Cardinals taking on Russ and the Seahawks. I feel like that might be the MVP deciding game. So I'm really going to be locked in on that. Shout out to Tua Tagovailoa. If you're a college football fan, you knew he had this in him, going 3-0 with those Dolphins. That's going to be a dynasty in the making, especially with him at the helm there. Really excited about that. And also, during halftime of the early slated games, I got to see, they were highlighting DeAndre Swift versus the Washington football team, and he looked really good. So hopefully exciting future there once the Lions kind of start to figure some things out. But lots of fun football. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I will talk to y'all so soon.